Focused entrepreneurs have taken the average library and put a next-gen spin on it.
Good evening, my name is Alicia. I'm the CMO and the COO.
My name is Benjamin Wright. I'm the CTO and CFO.
And my name is Thatcher Nahn, I'm the CEO, and this is Stoke Students.
Where a library lacks community and a coffee shop is far too loud, we are creating a co-working environment dedicated to high school and college students. Here, students can come to study, learn, hang out, and even spend time with tutors. In front of you, investors, on your table, is a potential layout of one of our buildings. Here you can see our social areas, quiet areas, study rooms, cafe, and even a patio. We're looking to lease a building of roughly 7,000 square feet within 10 miles of the schools around us.
Our target audience can be people like Scholarly Susan. She's 20 years old in college, motivated by getting through college, and she's a middle-class citizen. Her biggest struggle is the fact that she lives in a distraction-prone dorm and doesn't have the right place to study in. But also people like Tentative Trevor. He's 17 years old in high school, motivated by good grades and money, and he's a lower-class citizen. His problem is the fact that he doesn't have the proper resources at home to succeed in school.
Here are our competitors. As we do not have any direct competitors, we do have indirect competitors. The library and the coffee shop. The library tends to be too quiet, lack of community, while the coffee shop tends to be too chaotic, too loud, and has no available resources. Here are our memberships. We have copper starting at $49 per month, gold $89 per month, and platinum $149 per month. Copper offers 2 visits per week, gold offers unlimited, and platinum offers everything gold does plus so much more, plus tutoring. We also offer grants to those who cannot afford these prices, and all we ask for in return is a few hours of work.
We talked to Jacob Tyson, a 17-year-old high school student. He said, honestly, something that I would spend my time at. I usually try to get my work done at home, but I truly find myself so distracted. And I see an environment like this being super useful to me. We also spoke to Peggy Bowman, the daughter of a high school student. She said, my daughter never gets her work done at home, but getting good grades is important to both me and her. I would definitely pay the premium for her to get dedicated time with tutors in a safe and focused learning environment.
For our market sizing, we took the total enrollment of TWU, UNT, and NCTC, just some colleges in this area, along with all the high school students in Denton Dynasty. We added this all together to give us our serviceable available market of about 76,000 students in this area. For our startup costs, our administrative costs will simply be an LLC and an S-Corp. The LLC is about $350 and the S-Corp is about $500. For our planned property and equipment, we're looking at $8,000 for our computer and technology, $2,500 for all furniture, and $10,000 for our down payment on a lease and renovations to the building.
Through intensive market research and a very aggressive marketing strategy, we found we can gain an average of 25 new memberships per month over the course of the first year. This is also on our growth potential chart. You can find that on page 9 of your investor packet, showing that by the end of the first year, we will be receiving a revenue of roughly $28,000 a month.
Our main uses of capital revenue are largely going to be a down payment on our lease and renovations to the building. We'll also put that towards our social media marketing strategy and Google Ads, and then finally just upgraded technology and quality of life things. We're asking $120,000 for 12% ownership in our company. We believe that's the perfect amount for the down payment, renovations to the building, and 1 year of all utilities and employment.
Here is our website. Feel free to scan and view our memberships, who we are, and what we do. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you for your time.
Hi, do you mind repeating real quick, because it went pretty fast, the specific ask?
Can you say that one more time? The specific what?
Specifically, what are you asking for, and what do we get?
We're asking for $120,000 in return for 12% ownership in our company.
Can you provide a breakdown of exactly how the funds are going to be used? There's sort of just a general buckets here, but do you have sort of the details?
Yes, ma'am, yeah. So the lease is going to be around $9,000 to $10,000 per month, and that's with no down payment, and then we're looking for renovations to be about another $10,000. And then after that, it'll simply be repeating $10,000 a month along with $2,000 a month towards our marketing strategy.
So did y'all have any personal inspiration for this? Is it, how did y'all come up with this idea?
Well, it was actually his idea, but we found that most people this age just view the library as something really boring, something old to go to. It's very strict and quiet. And we were like, why not make that something fun to do, make studying a fun way? Throughout the year, it blossomed, became a great idea, and it's turned into this. So.
Isn't quiet and boring what people need in order to get studying done? And what's the specific gain that you get by coming to this environment?
The specific gain that you're getting is culture at our building. We find that just the strictness of a library can make it unappealing to most students to go to, which is why you really don't find them there. We believe that when you remarket a library, when you advertise culture, when you advertise hanging out along with dedicated rooms towards studying, towards quiet areas, you'll get a larger number of students.
Why wouldn't we just make the libraries more fun?
I can't answer that question. We're not a library.
Seems cheaper. Can you talk a little bit more about the different packages and like, can you kind of go through in detail exactly what this means? So like access to the food bar, does that mean you get food? Does that, so can you
Yes, ma'am, yeah. So
talk about that?
Yeah, so Copper is going to be more of just like getting a taste of the building. You get 2 visits a week, and then you can bring an additional guest for $10. Gold is what we're planning to sell the most of. That gives you unlimited visits, and you can bring guests just to try it out. And you'll have access to the conference rooms. You have access to the food bar, and you get a free drink with every visit. For the food bar, we're actually looking to get a Starbucks franchise within our building that will operate completely separate of us. We'll just take a percentage of all their income. And then for Platinum, the main thing you're gaining is private tutors. That'll be both student tutors and professional tutors, along with bringing additional guests.
So then do the students pay the tutors, or is that a part of the package?
No, that's simply part of the package.
And how'd you come up with the numbers?
Are you talking about the growth, the profit potential?
Yeah,
numbers, or
my
the cost
apologies.
of it?
Yeah, the subscription, so $49, $89, and is it $149?
That's it.
So what was it, 60 gold memberships we found is enough to keep us not profitable, but to keep us running endlessly. And so we just found that Copper, basically we wanted to make gold our most attractive membership. So we stuffed as much as we could into there, but in all honesty, there's not much behind those numbers. That's something we could definitely look into more.
Have you seen anything similar to this in the marketplace?
No, sir. The closest thing we found is other co-working environments, but none of them are targeting specifically high school and college students.
And if someone's paying a monthly fee, would they have access to shared resources, like say printer?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we plan to have, computers, books, resources, Wi-Fi, printers, all that will have. That'll all start at Copper, actually.
There aren't a lot of details on the monthly financials, so it's kind of hard to know. I mean, the revenue is really delineated, but not necessarily the profit margin that's expected. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, do you want to go back to? So I noticed we do not have a total cost, but our monthly cost is very low due to we only have employees. We're not selling anything. It's mainly just the lease, the utilities, and employees. And thanks to how we work with the students to become employees, we give them a membership through that. If they're not able to afford it, it keeps our hiring costs also very low.
And where were you planning on having this location? At an existing library, or create a new one, or?
We would be looking for a building of roughly 7,500, or yes, sir, 7,500 square feet within 10 miles of the schools around us. That can be anywhere between a city, an individual, a building. We'll be renovating it to become what we want on the inside, but the outside building we don't own yet. In the future, we will be looking into owning all our own facilities and something we can grow into, but starting out, we will be leasing the building.
That's a great, that leads me to another question, which is, I know there was a slide up there, I don't think we actually have it in here, that talked about the improvements that were gonna be made to the building, and it's like roughly $20,000?
The startup cost?
Yes. Oh, $10,000 in renovations. What type of renovations are you expecting to do?
The biggest renovation will probably be the addition of the cafe, but also things just like putting up walls. We plan to get just a relatively simple shaped building like the one in front of y'all. The main renovations we'll be doing is simply just adding walls to section off rooms.
I think this is a wonderful visualization you've provided. Thank you very much for this. It's, I mean, it looks like it's to scale, and you get a good feel for what it is. But no, I think that's very well done.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
And then the Stoke students, I'm just curious how you came up with that. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
So our mentor, every team got one. Our mentor was Heather Gregory, and she actually works at Stoke Denton. I don't know if y'all have heard of that.
No.
But it's another co-working environment, but they help entrepreneurs. And so with working with her, we were struggling coming up with a name, and we threw out the idea of like, what if we were a branch of Stoke Student or of Stoke Denton, or they were a parent company to us or something. And so for that, we just used the name Stoke Students, and she was cool. So.
Because that's the first thing people are going to hear is the Stoke. Do you think that's a good, strong name to go with?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I noticed. Ooh, that got really loud. I noticed that the growth is fairly linear, and I was just wondering how you came up with that, and why you didn't propose some sort of a launch. Which, I mean, because at this rate, it's going to take over a year to really be profitable. So I'm just wondering, like, why you didn't come up with a way to launch it.
Yes, as you were saying, this is a very linear progression. There is not a launch that we've looked into yet, but we could definitely invest into a launching point for our business, through that we could start with way more memberships than just the 25. But through this, looking at the monthly up and downs, like when summer starts, when school starts, stuff like that, we will be gaining and losing memberships, but overall gaining over the year.
So if you redid that, the startup costs would go up, most likely.
Most likely, yes, sir. If we
So
had
120 and 12% would have to change, most likely.
yes, sir.
But we get a faster return to profitability.
We definitely could.
Yeah, I feel like it's have a lot of questions about what the 120K is going to be used for, especially since the startup costs are fairly minimal. I'm assuming what you're planning to do is really fund sort of the losses you're expected to incur almost the first year of operations.
Can you repeat what you're asking? I'm sorry.
So the $120,000, there's very limited startup costs that are listed. So those costs are, it's only $20,000, 21K roughly.
Yes,
So what is the other $100,000 going to be used for?
So the $100,000 will be used throughout the year simply to just help pay off the lease, because that will be a monthly recurring charge.
I would like to add on to that as well, since we're not guaranteed to keep the number of memberships we have monthly over the course of the first year. That just gives us a landing pad to land on if we're not able to reach the number of people that we are looking for.
As far as the food goes, how extensive or deep are you thinking of going with the food? Is it just sandwiches? Is there deep fried? Is there...
It'll be fairly minimalistic. We want to try and keep it academically focused and less food focused, but we'll try and have as many options as possible. Like I said, we would look into having some small Starbucks franchise in there, so you'd find most food and drinks that would be at one of those.
So what do you usually eat when you're studying?
Varies a ton. Sometimes I don't eat, sometimes it's chips, sandwiches.
Ramen.
A majority of it will be mostly vending machines. We'll also offer like sub sandwiches or other small forms of sandwiches, but no main entrees, just stuff for the students to snack on and drink while they're studying and hanging out even.
I like this idea. My kids won't
Thank
go to
you.
the library either. I don't know why. They go to the library and study, and they're like, no. So maybe this would encourage more kids to study.
That's our point exactly, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I like the idea, and it's can you give it the cool factor, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So do you have an influencer to come out early to help you? Which one of y'all would that be? Would that be all three of y'all? Or?
No, sir. So we'd be looking to find an influencer in this area, and the reason we want to do that is because a majority of kids our age these days just spend time on social media, so it's one of the best ways to reach them. That's part of that social media marketing strategy we were talking about, is paying influencers to just experience our building, talk about their experience there, and then post that online for other kids our age to see. There's also several influencers here within Geyer. I can't name any, but I know there are some that we could definitely talk to.
I think we're good, thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, guys.
Tell a big sigh of relief was just relieved. Was just relieved there. No, I did the finals last year, and it was it's a crazy feeling, coming up here. They ask you the questions, get the crowd involved, you get some answers, you feel good afterwards, and then you lose.